A very warm welcome to all my dear friends. Welcome to the channel Smart Study with Shivani. Today we will be learning about sound chapter from science. What do you mean by sound? Sound is something which you hear or that can be heard. There is a long list of examples starting with television or a radio sound, machines from refrigerators, AC, washing machine. In temples, the bells, the ring of the bells, doorbells, chirping of the birds, rubbing of hands, blowing whistle, scratching, shaking of the objects, and many more. These are the few more examples. The clapping of the sound, chirping of the birds, roaring of lion, water falling from a height or a waterfall. In the kitchen, the utensils often make sound and whistle blowing. So my question is, when we clap, is there any sound which is generated? I will show you. I made a clap and you hear the clap, so the sound is produced. Can we clap without utilizing our energy? No, we cannot clap. So basically, we can say that sound, it is a form of energy which produces a sensation of hearing in our ears. Now the question arises, which form of energy it is? So basically, sound is a type of kinetic energy that is made from the vibration of the matter. What do you mean by matter? In the previous classes, we have already studied there are three different states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. So they become the medium through which the sound travels. What is vibration? It is the to and the fro movement or the motion of the object, but very rapidly. In simple terminologies, we can say that a very fast movement in forward or backward made by the object is called vibration. Examples are string of instruments like guitar, sitar, stretched rubber band. Sound of the human voice is due to the vibration of the vocal cord. That means if you put your fingers near your throat and if you do a humming sound or you speak, then there is a vibration of your vocal cords. That means we can say that it is not necessary that we can see the source of the sound, but we can feel the sound. Guitar strings and stretched rubber band, just explained above, they are the examples of vibration that the motion of the object is very rapid. Now, propagation of sound. Sound is basically produced by vibrating the objects. Sound moves from the source of the vibration through other matter and reaches the listener. For example, if right now I am speaking something, so my source is the mouth through which I am speaking and the vocal cord. It is traveling through the medium, which is nothing but air, and it reaches to the listener. Over here in the image below, it is shown clearly that a player 1 blows the air column inside the horn, because of which the sound is produced, but there is a vibration in the air and that vibration reaches to the ears of the listener, which causes him the sound of the horn. Another example is when we throw a stone into a still water of a lake or a pond, you see this type of circular rings forming. These rings are nothing but the vibration which is caused in the liquid, that is water, which is another medium. The matter through which the sound is transmitted is called a medium. like air is a medium in the first example and water is the medium in the second example. Hope you are clear with this concept that medium is nothing but the state which is a state of the matter, that is solid, gas and liquid. Okay. Now this is nothing but a domino effect where the first object is exerted energy or a force which causes the displacement of the second object causes the displacement of the third object, and so on, and finally the last object falls down. This is what happens in the sound. The particles do not travel all the way from the vibrating object to the ears of the listener. A particle of a medium comes in contact with the vibrating object. Object is first displayed from its equilibrium position. It then exerts a force on the adjacent particle, as a result of which the adjacent particle gets displayed from its original position, and so on, and finally reaches to the ears of the listener. I am explaining this concept once again. You can do this example at your house also. You collect number of coins of same denomination and you put it in a circular fashion or a straight fashion at equal intervals. Now you just touch or try to move only the first coin, but what will happen that the coin which is disturbed from its original position, it will cause a displacement in the adjacent coin. The second coin will get displaced and the third coin, and so on, and finally without your touching to the final coin, but still the final coin will change its position. So that is how the sound is traveling from the source to the listener. So we can conclude that the disturbance created by the source of sound in the medium travels through the medium but not the particles of the medium. Another simple example of this is at the construction site. We very often see that in construction sites, when the bricks are to be passed from one place to another or from the ground floor to the top floor, there is no one individual person who is carrying that bricks from the ground floor to the top floor. They make a chain sort of thing. They stand at equal intervals and passing of the bricks happen from the first person to the second to the third, and finally it reaches to the top position. And that is how though the person is not moving from its original position, but still the brick has reached from ground floor to the top floor. That is how the sound is traveling. A wave is a disturbance that moves through a medium when the particles of the medium set neighboring particles into motion. They in turn produce similar motion, disturbance, and disturbance is carried forward. Thus, sound can be visualized as a wave. It will be more clear with the below image. So what happens is that motion, when we are talking, the air is the medium. So the particles which are there in the air, they start vibrating. They change their position and they move in to and fro, that is in forward and backward direction, thus causing the propagation of the sound, because of which there is a increased pressure and there is a decreased pressure. When there is increased pressure, the wave is on the upward direction or there is a upper crust, and when there is a decreased pressure or there is a low pressure, then there is a bottom crust is there. Okay. Then types of waves. Basically there are two types of waves: mechanical waves, those waves which require any medium to transport their energy are called mechanical waves. Example, they cannot travel through vacuum. Electromagnetic waves, those waves which do not require any medium to transport their energy from one position to another, is called electromagnetic waves, and they can travel through vacuum also. So we can conclude that sound waves are the mechanical waves because they require some medium, that is solid, gas or liquid, to travel to the listener. Yes. Examples of electromagnetic waves are visible light, infrared rays, UV rays. That the sun is the best example of this, where we get infrared rays and UV rays, and it is traveling through the vacuum, where in between the sun and earth, where the universe is there, it is vacuum. So then also the sun rays are traveling to the earth. When the vibrating object moves forward, it pushes and compresses the air in front of it, creating a region of high pressure, which is called compression. It is denoted by capital C, or it is also called as two movement or two motion of the vibrating object. I am repeating this again. When there is a vibration in the object and the object moves forward, it pushes and it compresses the air in front of it, creating a high pressure region, which is called compression. It is also called as two movement or a two motion of the vibrating object. Example is the stretched rubber band. This is the anatomy of a sound wave, which shows that when the air is compressed, the lines or the waves are together, creating a high pressure region denoted as compressions. And when there is a less pressure or a low pressure, then the sound waves, they are apart from each other, they are away from each other, and they are known as rarefactions. So compression is high pressure, rarefaction is a low pressure. Similarly, when there is a flow movement of the vibrating object, that means the vibrating object moves backwards. It creates a low pressure region called rarefaction. But the vibrating object moves to and fro very rapidly. So a series of compressions and refractions are created in the air. This makes the sound wave that propagates through a medium. That's all from my end today. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a good day.